I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wrenches in my top drawer of my Snap-on box. I think I'm missing. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pliers in my bottom drawer of my Snap-on box. Get ready to fix some cars. Get ready to fix. Let's go! Hey, what's up, guys? This is MJ100K. I don't have any more cars to fix today, so I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about 5 awesome uses that you could use your cell phone for when you are working on cars. This works for do-it-yourself mechanics or professional mechanics, and it'll work for you just like it's worked for me in the past. So here we go. Number 1, you could use your cell phone as a hat. Okay, maybe not. But you can use your cell phone as a light. You know that there's usually a pretty powerful light in your cell phone. Sometimes you might have to download an app to be able to use that on some phones, but most phones will let you use your cell phone as a light, and we all know that a light is a mechanic's best friend. Number 2, the second thing that you could use your cell phone for is as a camera. You could use it as to take still pictures or video. Now, video is very helpful. You could use it to document problems. You can use it as like a before and after type of thing. You could use it to show customers what exactly is wrong with their car if they won't let them come back into the service bay area with you. You could use it for when you're taking things apart and you're not sure if you're going to be able to remember where everything goes. You could just slowly pan through every little piece of whatever you're taking apart, and then you'll have a very good before thing that you can go back to when you're putting it back together. So there you go. That's the second thing you can use your phone for, is as a camera. The third thing that you could use your cell phone for is to do research. So we know that for most cars, they have common problems. So the same thing will go wrong with just about every single car. For example, the 3800 was notorious for these little coolant elbows leaking. I think it was near the mount for the alternator, and that would just leak all the time. I remember I was fixing one, and then somebody pulled up to the side of the garage where I was working, and they said, "Hey, my car is it's leaking. Can you look in here and see what it was?" So I just looked in real quick. It's like, yeah, it's the same exact coolant elbows that were leaking on that car. There's the one I was fixing. So that happens. So you can use that for research. I'll give you an example. Once I was working at Pep Boys, and I think it was a 300, Chrysler 300, and it had some weird idiot light on the dash that was on. It was like it looked like a lightning bolt, I think I remember it being. And I was like, what the frick? A lightning bolt? What is this, a Sylvia? So I looked up in the phone, lightning bolt, Chrysler 300, and I just Googled it, and it come up, I think it was a throttle problem detected or something, and that car was there for an irregular idle. So I just looked up some different forums, and people were saying, oh, yeah, there's a leak near the intake manifold somewhere. So I went to that area, and boom, I found the leak using some throttle body cleaner. If you're ever trying to find an intake leak, you could use that. If you spray it around and it changes the idle, like right as you spray it and then the idle changes, that's not supposed to happen, because the air is only supposed to go through the air filter, through the ducting, and past the throttle plate and into the intake manifold. So I used the phone to point me in the right direction. Now, I don't want to give people the wrong idea and say, oh, if you see something on your phone, then that's definitely the problem. Like, it's just giving you a clue of a place to where to look. Like, for example, if there was a clue and they say, oh, the robber is in the backyard. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't mean that you just assume that the robber's in the backyard and you call out the SWAT team to surround the backyard. Like, you got to go back there and look and actually confirm that what you have found on the internet is actually true on the car that you're looking at. So yeah, definitely could use it for research. One other time I used it for research was, I think I was at Pep Boys, and there was some type of Nissan SUV, and it had some weird problem. And I looked up, I put in the problem, and they were saying that sometimes the connectors for the fuel pump go bad. So I was like, oh, well, let me check this out. And it was easy to check on the Nissan because the fuel pump is under the back seat. So all you have to do is remove the back seat and the fuel pump's right there. You don't have to drop the whole fuel tank. So I looked there, and lo and behold, somebody had rigged some cockamamie way to bypass the bad connectors or whatever. And so I said, oh, well, it helped me to find the problem. But again, if you find something on the internet, you have to confirm that it's true on the car that you're actually looking at. So that's number 3. You could use it for research. You got a powerful search engine right in your pocket now, and it's awesome. So number 4 thing that you could use your cell phone for is they sell little connections that you can hook up right to your cell phone, and you can just, like my friend has one of these, and he's not a mechanic, but he's a do-it-yourselfer. So when his check engine light comes on, he wants to know, hey, what's the code for this? What's going on? So all you do is just like comes with a Bluetooth connector that you put in the DLC, and it'll Bluetooth the signal right to your phone. It'll tell you what the codes are, or give you some freeze frame data, and it could definitely help you out in a pinch. It's not going to be as powerful as like, a full scan tool, but it's something that you could throw in real quick if you just need to check a code real quick, and they're really helpful, and they're not even that expensive. So I would definitely get that if you don't have one already. And the number 5 thing that you could use your cell phone for is a borescope. And I actually have one myself. I got this one. It's a wireless detection camera. And I haven't actually used this yet, but this type of thing. So this is very thin, right? And you have to download an app to your phone, and it'll send the signal right to your phone, or the video, the whole video of wherever you stick this. It would, and this is not medical grade, by the way, but but yeah, you could stick this anywhere. You could find little tiny places. See, that's one of the things about modern cars that really prevents people from wanting to work on them themselves is the engine bays are so crammed that you can barely get anything in there, and you can't even see in there. So with a tool like that, you can see into the little tiny places. You can see exactly how connectors need to come off. You could find leaks with those. I found a leak when I was a mechanic with a borescope. See, the borescope I had, the video borescope I had was from Harbor Freight, and it just had its own little screen on it, so it didn't hook up to your phone. But that one was like $125, and it was like this thick. It was like real thick, so I couldn't get it actually into any combustion chambers or anything like that. But that one was helpful. I found the leak. I think it was a coolant leak in a really hard to get to hose. And I was like, I know it's here somewhere, but I want to see it. Like, I want to see it actually, the drop come out, so I can make sure that that's where the leak is. And I used my borescope, and there it is. So it's not a tool that you're going to be using every day, but when you need it, you're going to need it, especially with today's modern cars. Oh my God. I was working at AAA, and one of the executives, I think, or upper level management used to bring his Audi in all the time for us to work on it. And he's probably being cheap because it was way cheaper for us to work on it than for him to take it to an Audi dealership. So I had to work on this Audi, and this engine bay was so jam-packed. It was unbelievable. Like, I swear you could shine the light at the top and it would not come out the bottom. Like, it was so jam-packed. It was like a twin turbo V6. And this car is one of the reasons why now I continue to hate Audi, and I do not want to work on them if I don't have to. Audi is one of the hardest cars to work on. And if you are at an independent shop, at a Pep Boys or something, if you have a choice, do not choose to work on any Audi, especially anything that's a V6 or higher. Oh my God, they're a nightmare. But anyway, having a tool like that would have definitely helped me, because I had to find a coolant leak again, and it was like one little hose, and it was buried under like millions of other hoses and electrical connectors. It was a nightmare. And with this, I think it would have made it a little bit easier. And you know what's awesome about something like this? Like, you don't have to get the one I have. Like, I got mine off Amazon for like $50. So you don't have to get mine, but just look at the reviews and see something that you like that's a good price, because all you have to do is you get this, you download the app, and this is wireless, by the way. You download the app, and then it beams right to your phone. The video goes right to your phone, and they have these attachments that come with it that make you able to see straight and maybe able to see the different angles. So this is awesome, and it's not even that expensive. See, right now is really a good time to be a mechanic because there are a lot of tools out there, and they are not as expensive as they were 10 years ago. Like 10 years ago, a video borescope, not even that good, it cost you $150, even at Harbor Freight. And now you could get one for $50. I mean, this is crazy. So definitely take advantage. If you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional, you definitely want to have a video borescope. You will use it one day. I don't know when, but when you do need it, you're going to love the fact that you have it. So those are 5 things that you could use your cell phone for as tools to be a mechanic. If you could think of any other ones, please put them in the comments below. You're not only helping me, but you'll be helping hundreds of thousands and millions of other people that will see this comment one day. So right now, information is free, and we are sharing it with the world. So there you go. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good one.